Hello everyone, this is Bichao and welcome back to my channel. Now as you can see behind me, I am today at the MG showroom and we are checking out the new MG Aster. Now the prices for this car are not announced as of now, but they are going to be announced very soon. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a hint what the pricing might be, or probably by the time I upload this video you'll already know about it. So today it's all about going and having a look, having a quick walk around of the car, having a look at the interiors and having a look at some of the features that the new car brings. So let's head on. Also, before we begin, a big shout out to BU Bhandari MG, who also have MG as well as Volkswagen showrooms in Pune, one of the biggest and one of the most premium outlets for both of these brands. If you're in Pune, I highly recommend you come over here and check them out. Alright, to begin, let's start over here at the front. Now you can see that there is a completely new grille over here. Before I talk more about that, this is basically the MG ZS, which is in markets abroad like UK. This is the facelifted version of the MG ZS. It's basically the same car as the MG ZS EV. The ZS EV though is the previous pre-facelift model, and this is the new one which has gone through a facelift, and that is the reason why you have a completely new design for the headlights. And India specific is this, the new grille. This is the top end model where you have 17-inch alloys with 215 section tires on them. Ground clearance of the car looks pretty good. It's what you'd expect from a compact crossover in this size. Over here at the back you also have the new updated tail lights for the facelift, where you have these sections inside the tail light. So yeah, that's the design of the new tail lights. They look pretty good. This is of course with the facelifted model. Over here you still see that there is a ZS badge, the badge with which this car is sold across the world. In India it gets a specific Aster branding. That's because MG wanted to create a differentiation between their electric or EV line of cars, while at the same time bring the ZS. So they have named the ZS petrol models as the Aster, while the EV continues to be sold under the ZS EV badge. Alright, this is how the key looks, by the way. Quite a nice looking key. You've got lock, unlock as well as boot open. So let's use the third button, quickly pop open the boot. There's the ADAS badge, the Advanced Driver Assist badge, which we're going to talk about a little later on, the kind of features that brings to the car. Over here, let me just increase the brightness so you guys can see better. The boot is fairly big. It's quite decent for a compact crossover of this size. You have a decently deep and cavernous boot, and it's got a nice big boot opening, which means loading and unloading things won't be such a big problem. Although that said, there is quite a huge lip over here, almost 4 fingers deep. So there is a big lip over here which might hinder a little bit in pushing things or pulling things in and out of the boot, although shouldn't be such a big of a problem. Then you have these rear view mirrors which have integrated indicators in them, pretty standard. You see them in most of the cars nowadays. Couple of badges on the outside which are sort of showcasing and letting us know that this car has a British origin. The same badges on both sides, and I think nowhere else, no. At the back over here we have this bumper design which has these chrome elements. They look like exhaust tips, but they are not exhaust tips. And let me see if I can see the exhaust. Yeah, the actual exhaust is over there on one side. It's not connected to any of these vents. These vents are just there for show and aesthetic purpose. Alright, let's have a quick look on the inside. Oh, and in here the car actually looks really nice on the interiors. Let me just quickly hop in and show you more. Also, by the way, the driver gets a proper electrically adjustable seats. That's only for the driver though. The passenger doesn't get an electrically adjustable seat. And first thing that I'd realize once I'm in here is that this is a very good interior. Oops, just 1 minute. Let's just mute this. As I was saying, once again, the interiors look really good. Interiors are really good. I mean, this Interior combination is red and black. It's a dual tone interior combination, but this interior combination is for the top end model, although you can also opt for a complete full black interior as well. That is also one of the options that you can spec out your car with. And I have to say, it looks very, very premium over here. Like, if I was just blindfolded and put inside the Aster, I wouldn't really, and they've, you know, like taped out all the logos, I would really have a hard time figuring out that this is an MG. I would easily be confused that this is in fact something like a German Audi or maybe any other premium segment European car. That's how good the interiors have. They have a great fit and feel to it. The center console is very sturdy, no movement whatsoever. The buttons have a nice clicky feel to them. The steering is nice and chunky. It's got a good feel to it. It's got these two materials where half of it is where you're gripping. This part is perforated leatherette, I'm guessing, and the rest of it is normal regular leather. There is a bit of plastic going on here as well. Like, for example, on the doors you have a little bit of plastic. You have plastic over here on the dashboard, but this is soft touch plastic, so it doesn't feel that plasticky. It feels more like a soft squishy foam kind of substance, which feels good to the touch. The AC vents especially look really nice. They remind me of something that was there on the A-Class cars, the Mercedes A-Class. Oh yeah, the overall fit and finish is actually quite good. So this is the top end model. We still don't have one touch up and down power windows for the rear. No, not for any of the passengers at the back. How about the side passenger? No, not even for the side passenger. What about the main dude, the driver? So there is a one touch down. Yes, one touch down and up, but that is only for the driver, not any of the passengers. The central touchscreen looks really big and nice. It's decently responsive, I'll say. You've also got this carbon fiber finish over here. You get two USB ports back here. In front of the gear shifter, you get two USB ports. You get a 12-volt charging socket over here. You have a 360-degree camera button, as well as a button to turn the traction control on and off, and also what I believe is the hill descent control settings. Over here you've got the parking brake. This, by the way, is what their talking point is for the Aster, which is their new virtual, not virtual, it's right here in front of you, so it's not technically virtual, but yeah, the AI enabled assistant which sits in the center of your dashboard, and it does a couple of interesting things. And this kind of screen colors and layout sort of reminds you of HTC phones, the themes that used to come on HTC phones, don't they? Kind of do, if you know what I mean. Anyway, let's open the door. The door has a nice heavy feel to it. It's got a good satisfying thud, and yeah, the interior looks really good, man. I'm really happy that they have given this kind of an interior, and I think the interior is going to be one of the biggest selling points for this car, because it really feels upmarket. It really feels premium over here on the inside. You also have this carbon fiber trimming over here, which is of course not real carbon fiber. It's more of carbon fiber-esque material, mostly plastic, which is finished as carbon fiber. You get these two cup holders over here as well in the center, and over here you got a decently deep under armrest compartment. The armrest is decent. I'm not sure if this is going to be further enough for highway use, but it's there. Then let's have a look at the glove box, which is okay. It's nothing big or nothing special over here. I think it does it. No, I don't think it has cooling. I don't think it's a cooled glove box, but there you are. So yeah, this is the new digital instrument cluster, which I think looks nice. It's got the dials on the either side, while in the center it has a big information display which will show you, I guess, different settings like your trip meter. Then it will also be a display where you will show one of the most crucial things about this car, which is this ADAS suite, the Adaptive Driving System suite. Now the ADAS or Advanced Driver Assist Systems that are offered in the MG Aster are actually the most advanced and the most feature packed for its segment. This car actually offers level 2 autonomy, which includes everything from adaptive cruise control, forward lane collision warnings, automatic emergency braking, automatic braking even for pedestrians. Then it also has lane keep assist, lane departure warning, lane departure prevention, speed assisted system with speed warning, speed assist system with intelligent mode, speed assist system which is also for manual mode, rear traffic alert, lane change assist, blind spot detection, and intelligent headlight controls. In fact, the smart car features that MG is offering with the Aster and also the rest of their products are actually very helpful. While I was trying to check out the features of the car, I accidentally pressed on the emergency call assist button, and you wouldn't believe it that within 45 seconds I actually got a call back from them. Now, I spoke to the MG personnel who were there in the showroom, and what they told me is that in case there is an accident on the road and the airbags get deployed, the MG call center, the concierge desk will immediately call you, and if you don't receive the call, then they will be deploying an emergency ambulance as well as an emergency service directly to your location wherever you are. I think that's really good, something which we don't think about a lot, but something that's quite helpful behind the scenes. Oh yeah, also one more thing about this new car is, check this out, it's got a massive sunroof. Okay, it's got like a really massive sunroof, probably the biggest sunroof in the segment, I would say. Let me see if I can open that for you. So this is one of the highlighting factors of this car, guys. The sunroof is pretty massive. It goes all the way till the back, so not just the driver but even the rear passenger can experience a little bit of sunlight or starlight on top of them. Talking about the rear passengers getting into the rear seat, again, nice comfy seats. You got good amount of legroom. You actually have good amount of legroom over here. The positioning of the seats is nice and comfortable, where I feel upright but at the same time not very straight up. You also have a armrest over here where you can put your arms down, and a set of cup holders. There are decently sized cubby holes over here to keep large bottles. I don't have a bottle with me, so I can't actually test that and show you, but I'm pretty sure they're decent enough to keep at least a 500 ml, half a liter or a liter of bottle. You also have an AC vent over here at the back. This AC vent is kind of small. It kind of faces straight forward instead of facing a little bit up. You also have two more USB ports over here at the back, and yeah, the door panels are plastic, but you still have this leatherette finish on them, so they still look good along with this brushed metal sort of a look. Again, it's plastic, it's not metal, but it looks like brushed metal along with the hard plastic on top and the leatherette soft material for where you are going to be touching the door the most. Speaking of the sunroof, while sitting over here at the back seat, the sunroof actually extends all the way back, even goes behind your head. And while it doesn't open all the way till the back for obvious reasons, because there will be no place to fold and keep the glass, the sunroof has 7 stages in which you can open it, which can be controlled from a dial on the roof at the front. And this, along with the very premium interiors, is I think going to be one of the highest selling points for the new MG Aster. So yeah guys, so that was a quick look at the new MG Aster. This car is going to be available very soon to buy. Prices are going to be out very soon. But as I said, a little hint is that this car would be priced in the range of, let's say, 12 to 19, 20 lakhs. That is what we are understanding or imagining it to be. So yeah, that was a quick look at the new MG Aster. Let me know what do you think about this car down in the comment section below. I hope you like this video, and I'm going to catch you in the next one. Till then,